You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready, bro? Are you ready, bro? And welcome everybody to the RLST GRAPS podcast. My name is Rolo, and this guy,
My name is Oscar.
there,
That guy.
that guy is Oscar. Welcome. So what's up, Oscar? How goes it?
It
Well,
goes
how's
well,
li-
man. It
How's
goes
life
well.
under the hood?
Under the hood? It's going great. Comic book stuff. I just went to MexAmericon a week or two ago,
Yeah.
and that was the shit. It was great. I mean, is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else going on in the
It was
world that matters.
just MexAmericon, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
How was that, man? Like, how was it a pretty good turnout and everything? Good vibes as always.
It was good vibes as always. We did I participated in let me grab it. I participated in Get What, which is what they called Brown People Jeopardy this year.
What was it last year?
I think it was just Mexican Jeopardy, something like that.
Okay.
I don't remember because I was too busy winning. I won last year, and this year I won again. Mira.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and
The Golden Chank.
Yeah, the Golden Chank, which is pretty awesome. El Mejor Brain on the Que What quiz show. And the cool thing about this, shout out to MexAmericon. These guys are just so cool.
Please say it's edible.
No, it's I don't know how they work, but it's magnets.
Oh, cool.
And so you can, throw that shit and then just stick it back on, like it never happened. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you should keep that in your car.
Yeah, I should. Just in case I get rear-ended again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of indie people, new and old. Two buddies of mine, one from one of my old jobs, and one from Party World Wrestling. They had their first years as tablers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Shout out to Rudy Diaz and Kevin Tijeras. No, it's not Tijeras, but Tijerina, which people who don't know, that's Spanish for head scissor takedown.
There you go, some lucha lessons.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and they had their stuff out there. Rudy had some really cool art. I bought a creepy 3D printed luchador guy that he made. I can't show it because it's not in this room, but I need to paint it. It looks really cool. He does like creepy shit, which is awesome.
Okay, hell yeah!
If you like bubbly things that look like potato sacks covered in warts, like he's your guy. And I do. And Kev got this stuff here. This is his first book from last year, Liber Timoris, which I believe that's the guy who played the second Sabretooth in X-Men Wolverine Origins.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Well, this is a really good book. It's very Tales from the Crypty, very, old anthology book kind of stuff. And then he did a book this year called Mind Flora, which is kind of the same kind of stuff, but this is more fantasy, sci-fi, heavy metal type stuff.
Oh, cool, man! That cover looks rad.
Yeah, it is. It's a fun book. It's and this one he illustrated, and J. Darius Mitchell did it. J. Darius Mitchell, which is the second host of Party World Wrestling, also known as Horn Guy.
Is he relations to James Mitchell?
He might, maybe he's a little demonic, so. But it's really cool, man. I read this thing going into it, and I said, "Oh, this kind of feels a little bit like heavy metal." And then I started turning the pages, and I think Yes or Pink Floyd was playing on the radio while I was reading it. I was like, "Oh, this is a lot like heavy metal. Like this is dope as fuck." And then the artwork is phenomenal. This guy's a really good artist. He does some really crazy shit. Like, look at this demon dude.
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, and the demon dude is like, wait,
That looks like I forget the name of the character, the helmet, the character that the helmet's from, but from Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah, for sure. Uh, and it's really good. Like the kind of stuff that this guy draws is out of sight. He does the art. He does the
Ooh,
artwork for Party World Wrestling.
that is nice perspective.
Yeah, so you know he's good. Um, yeah, I dig it. The guy has great shit, and I can't wait to read more.
Yeah, that
Post it
was
on the
really good.
Instagram. Um, I got a really badass shirt. I'm not gonna go get it because I don't want to get up. But it's a really cool shirt. It's like a kind of like the Bad Brains kind of looking
Mm-hmm.
poster, but it's a fist holding like a bloody heart.
Oh,
It just looks badass. Yeah, that's like my
nice.
new favorite shirt now. Um, yeah, so that's the recent shit that's been going on.
Very, very cool. Very cool.
How about you?
Hi everyone, Rolo here. So we recorded this episode at the beginning of November 2025, and by the end of the month, my position with the place that we're going to talk about here in this next segment was completely different. I am no longer associated with that store, but I did not want to diminish the effort and the work that I put into it. So enjoy.
The Comic Cave, man. We just moved. So we just moved our location within the same Sunrise Mall in Brownsville. Um, just moved that within one night. Everybody busted their ass. We started right after we closed at 7 p.m. and then we went until like four of us left at 5 in the morning, man. And
Jeez.
then yeah, came back in, and then a couple of us put in another night until 3 in the morning, and then yeah, just kind of chipped away all week. So we've got most of the stuff in and up and all that, but man, everybody worked their asses off, dude. Um, but the store looks pretty freaking rad right now. I don't really know if like the three people that watch this, like if a couple of them are aware or not, but I help to operate a couple comic book shops in South Texas, in Brownsville and Harlingen, Texas. I've been working at the spot in Brownsville for on and off for 4 years, more on than off. I left a couple times to, try and go do a couple other things, but I kept coming
Porn,
back. But kept
porn.
coming back. Yeah, it didn't work out too well. AI, and what's the guy gonna do? But no, I've so anyway, been helping to operate a couple of comic book shops in South Texas, and now we moved locations from kind of a small corner spot back to an old location that we had, which was bigger, and so now we have more opportunity to do more with that spot. So along with that, we're also going to be opening a new location soon, fingers crossed. Um, in the Mercedes area, which is about 40 minutes away from where I'm at in Brownsville. Um, so yeah, so that's coming up, and again, that's going to be a shop that I'll be helping to open up and operate. So there's been a lot of work going into this. That's part of the reason why we haven't done any more real scraps lately, is because yeah, I've been helping to kind of get this stuff going, trying to stay dialed in, taking on more responsibilities at the place where I'm at the Comic Cave, and yeah, just trying to help grow not just this shop, but comics as a culture and a medium and art form and gateway to literacy and everything else. So yeah, it's been a lot of hard work, especially this week, man. Like once we got everything moved in, on Monday we were shut down for the day, but people were passing by and they were excited, like they were glad that we were back in the spot, and they just wanted to see it open, and we opened up on Tuesday, and yeah, folks are really glad that we're back there. It's just way more open. It's just the old spot that we had was pretty cool. It was nice and cozy. We had to get really uh, creative with how we put everything up, but this spot gives us a lot more flexibility with not just where our inventory, but with what we're going to be able to do with the space, which is hold more trading card tournaments, have more just events for our customers. In the old spot, we were we're a lot more beholden to the mall hours because it was kind of interior, but now we have access to an exterior door. So we have basically the shop is separated by a wall, and then there's like a doorway. So beyond that doorway, kind of where the back door is, that's where we want to have the trading card tournaments. So yeah, so we'll be able to kind of cut it off, and won't be bothering nobody and stuff like that. Also, maybe midnight releases for stuff for comics. Like, yeah, we got was it Batman Deadpool coming up. So that's kind of been popular as midnight releases at comic shops. So
That's the DC version, right?
the DC version, yeah, yeah. The Marvel one was a huge success. So I hope I ordered enough
Sales wise,
this go around. Sales wise, yeah,
we
sales
can talk
wise.
about that later if you want.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, it gives us more flexibility to do stuff. Um, Also, man, just the access that it gives a lot of folks. We have a lot of folks that are disabled. They come through and they're able to navigate everything and picking stuff off the comic book rack and all that, and where they didn't have as much access to everything before, and it's super freaking cool, man. Just everybody being able to get through that damn shop.
I almost I was gonna try to give you props, and I almost said you ableist motherfucker, but ableist means the opposite of what you
Yeah.
were. But I meant it as in like a yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's yeah, so far so good, man. But it's been a really cool experience to do this, to be able to touch every part of the comics industry, man. Being able to make them and doing the stuff that we've done so far, and also, pushing the product, getting folks to buy into certain books, and also now I'm doing orders. I'm ordering for the stores, for both stores, for Olympus and Harlingen, and for Comic Cave in Brownsville, and I'm able to buy all the covers that Jay Gonzo fucking does for Marvel, for
Oh
both
heck yeah,
stores. I'm able to order Henry Barajas' new book, Death to Pachuco, and order every fucking cover, within reason. So it's but yeah, but we're able to get a bunch of that, and Kevin also, Kevin Garcia. During the time I wasn't there, he had dropped what's it called, World's War, and so we have some copies of that too at the shop. So yeah, shout out to Kev. A lot of stuff is happening right now that's um, not just giving flexibility for the shop itself, but to be able to get more folks work that I know is very good and that more people need to see. Like the Gonzos and the Henrys and Kevin Garcias. We use Penguin and Lunar, so I mean, as long as it's available there, we can get it. So if actually anybody that's watching this, if you got stuff that's going to be distributed by Penguin or Lunar, please let me know, and then we'll get some stuff in our shops. We'll get eyeballs on your work. So yeah, so it's again, it's been really good to be able to do that, to help folks out, and that's been the mission from day one. Is just being that gateway in whichever way that I can be, for other people to get visibility. So yeah.
This man, if you guys have been paying attention, I think I have been paying attention. This all sounds like great shit. Like you are working on a small business. It's you're working for a small business. You are higher up in the chain where you can make certain decisions, which is pretty rad. Opening up multiple stores, that means people working, and you're giving visibility to Latinx, brown people shit, indie people shit. Whether it's like indie, like popular indie, like Barajas, or now Gonzo's doing like mainstream shit, which is so cool.
And again, from top to bottom, like everybody's put in a lot of work for both of these stores, and it's ever changing. Like I've gone through like 4 or 5 iterations of like crews and stuff, and people leave, and and all that. And but everybody comes back though in some form or another. Like they stay coming back and being supportive. So
They always come back.
I think that's probably the thing that I'm most proud of it in doing all this stuff is that community aspect of it. You know, you talk about people don't have third spaces anymore, and
Right.
this is kind of it.
Yeah.
That's what we've been building.
My favorite part of, since you've been fucking with Comic Cave, my favorite part has always been hearing the non-comic book stuff. Like, oh, we did like a signing and people hung out. Or
Yeah,
we did this thing, we did that thing, and people show up and they hang out. Then that's, what I love. And that's what, I mean, the comic book stores that I fuck with in Austin, that's what they do too. Like Austin Books always has signings, and then Guzu Gallery right next to them, they always do art gallery, which is just an excuse to fucking hang out. It's fun to have the art, and then that helps because people purchase the art, but also it's a social gathering, which is so cool. I think I was venting to Rolando all day today via chat while I was doing my yard work about how social people aren't very social anymore. I'm not saying it like to poop on anybody. I'm just saying it as a fact because it's a fact. Like that's what's happened since 2020. People have become less social for any number of reasons, but it's just been happening, and everything being at our fingertips just makes it so easy, to just sit at home, just don't do shit or just do something, but you're just there,
be miserable sometimes and just
and I'm guilty of it, and a lot of it has to do with anxiety. I fight through my anxiety a lot to like even leave the house sometimes, which is ridiculous. And that was not a thing before 2020. So that that kind of shit happens, but then once I'm out and once I'm with people, I take a deep breath. I'm like, fuck, man, this is good. I like hanging out. In fact, tomorrow I'm gonna when I wake up, I'm forcing myself to leave the fucking house, Dante and I, and we're just gonna go hang out somewhere all day, and not come back until dinner time. So that's and I'm gonna just make myself do it. So that'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
So I'm glad to hear that you guys are doing something for the people in the valley, which is so cool. I love that idea because, as Brownsville itself went like a decade without a bookstore or something. Like without a bookstore. That's crazy.
You had to go all the way to McCown's, like an hour away, 45 minutes away.
And then what would it be? It would be like a Barnes and Noble. It would be a mega chain,
Yeah.
I
they've had comic book shops on and off, but no one that's been to, I guess, to the capacity that we are.
And I like that you guys have been around for so long because I feel like a lot, the cliche used to be like the cliche for the late 90s to up until like the past couple of years maybe is that you want to lose money, you open a comic shop. Comic shops don't really do shit. And to hear that Comic Cave is doing this thing, to hear that, not even to just like name drop y'all shit, but like just to know that there are multiple comic shops in the valley, and that they sound pretty healthy to me because I hear that people hang out there.
And that's and we try to, I say we, but it's mostly to this point it's been mostly building up good rapport with the other shops. Hey, we're friendly, and that's kind of been the mission statement, but sometimes they don't act that way towards us, so it's like, all right,
that's unfortunate, man. I kind of feel like people always get along, especially niche ass shit, like
and most people do, but it's just some here or there, or they act friendly but then they do some fuck ass shit. But it's no different. Real quick, it's no different than like the lucha, the freaking lucha companies and stuff.
Exactly. Companies like poo-pooing each other or trying to do shows on the same date as each other, even though you're like a podunk indie that books like that packs in the crowd of like 30 people, and you're fighting to tear someone else down. Like I've always felt that was the dumbest shit. To to be a niche thing, especially a niche thing. It's not like I want to put all the McDonald's out of business, so I'm the only McDonald's.
Yeah.
Well, you're a McDonald's. You're gonna be fine, no matter what. But something as niche as a comic book shop or a pro wrestling group, it would be better if we all just worked together,
Yeah.
And that's the only time. That's why capitalism is a fraud. It's a bad joke, and it needs to go. Yeah, but didn't see that one come.
Hooray, capitalism. What's it called? Yeah, man, and that's why building like the community aspect is important, because
so
we have
more than just commerce,
Yeah, because we have folks. I mean, part of their life is their commerce, which is their art, their hobby, and that's what they want to try and make a living off of. So we've also done like conventions and stuff under RGV Fan Fest, and so you get local vendors to come through. So it just kind of builds on itself, and also one thing that Bill's always said is a big part of why he made the shop is because he wants for Brownsville to have nice shit. He wants for Brownsville to have good shit.
I love it.
Because you always hear what stop San McAllen, or you got to go to Corpus or San Antonio, and it's like fuck that. Bring it down to Brownsville. So
that's like when we were in high school, or just graduating high school. Everybody in the city went fucking nuts when they opened an Arby's.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like full of Arby's.
Oh shit, here.
And then my first thought was, I got to get a job there because they serve Mr. Pibb. If you guys heard of Mr. Pibb, Brownsville don't get nice shit. We didn't get Mr. Pibb until
that Arby's.
2001.
Fuck. Hey, during that time, were you working at the Walgreens or the Walden Books? I mean,
no, not at the same time.
Okay.
I only did one job at a time.
Okay.
I did. I can't even tell you the order anymore, to be honest. But yeah, I worked at Walden Books. No, Walden Books was the last one because I quit that job because I went to Houston. So it was Walden Books. Let's say Petey's Pizza. Before that, and after. No, Petey's Pizza would be the second job after Oh Boy Sports Cards. One of the few places that was around in the Sunrise Mall where you can get comic cards, sports cards, and comic books. Now it was a very small amount of comic books, but they were there, and they influenced a lot of my shit. That's so crazy to think about. Like my aunt and uncle's little trading card kiosk influenced my artistic tastes.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Because that's how it works. It's whatever you're like exposed to, So hell yeah, you had a lot of stuff going in there.
Yeah. So the little comic kiosk, Petey's Pizza, and then Arby's, and then Walden Books. And one last thing about Arby's, I remember my dad's cousin, who actually passed away last week, I believe.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Victor Bennett's dad.
Oh damn.
Yeah. He was. I'm not gonna mince words. I still love the guy, but he was not an easy guy to get along with, as far as like the uncle type, person who. But he was a very opinionated dude, and he kind of wanted to be a know-it-all. And again, I don't mean that as disrespect. I'm actually guilty of that bullshit too. I just want you to know that I know things,
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind of the same. He was kind of the same way. Yeah. And since I was a teenager, I just took everything he said like I don't want to hear it,
Yeah.
And I remember
very that went away.
Yeah, yeah, and especially at that time, I was like, I want to learn from my elders. I had that really ingrained in my head at the time, and I was like, Victor, you're not giving me anything. It's frustrating. But also it's from like a little kid shit because when I was younger, he had to stay at my house for a couple weeks.
Mhm.
I couldn't tell you why because I was like a child. I'm assuming it was. I'm not even gonna assume, but anyways, that's not even the point. The point is he had to stay at my place for about 3 weeks, and my dad was like, "Oh, you can bunk with Oscar." So they put a bed in there
Uh,
for like a month almost, and this dude was you can't put you can't put a grown up guy and like a 11 or 12-year-old and expect them to be roommates and have it not be cool, you know?
uh,
Like it was not cool. He was a grown up and like, oh, this guy is like I could smell his cologne in my room. It's so frustrating. And then like when I would put on music, he was like, can you put on some Tejano? He would say that. And at first it was kind of funny, but like he really meant it. Like he wasn't joking. He was like, I want you to turn it off and change it.
oh shit, like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, man, Tejano's
Like he,
good though.
like he didn't say it like as being a dick.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, he wasn't screaming at a kid. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't being
yeah,
mean or rude. He was being rude, but he wasn't being abusive. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
It was annoying, you know, like this is my room and you're
yeah.
telling me to turn my music off. That's kid stuff. The point is to bring it back, to tie to all this bullshit. Uh, when I told him I got a job at Arby's, you know, people were like, "Oh, congratulations, Oscar has a job," like, you know, like family stuff because he
Yeah.
was there. And then first thing he said is, "Hey, they say they sell roast beef, but that's not real roast beef. You know that it's like a big bologna that they slice." And I was like, "Oh, I just came back from orientation. I know. It's
Uh,
like, yes, you're right, but like."
that went away. That went away.
If you're fooled, but it's like the wrestling is real kind of shit. Like if you're fooled by Arby's meat thinking is real roast beef, you got to wake the fuck up. It's just like when people tell a wrestling fan, you know it's fake. You really think that this grown man thinks it's real? Like you need to wake the fuck up. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace, the Victor Bennett Senior. Um, how apropos that like he fit into like the stories we're telling right now. It's kind of
Yeah.
it's how life works, right, guys?
Yeah. It's a circle, circular,
You know,
like a circle, not a
like
flat circle.
it's flat like Earth, though.
It's flat like a iron.
Yeah.
What's it called? Speaking of flat iron, no, I have nothing to go with that. But but wrestling, man, did you watch any of Collision? We're recording this on a Saturday. Saturday. Did you watch
Yeah,
any?
I watched
Collision?
Collision live. Yeah, yeah,
Did you? Oh, okay. I
uh,
caught a little bit of it,
yeah.
but
Well,
I
I
haven't.
like live-ish. You know, like when you pause it, uh, you go take a piss or grab some soda, and then you go all the way back to the room you're watching it in, and then like Athena just finished the promo, and you're like, ah, shit, I gotta rewind that.
Got to run it. Yeah.
So you know, yes, I watched it
I
live.
I keep missing all of like the Eddie Kingston stuff. Like
Was he even
feel-
on the show? I don't think he was on the show.
on this one, I don't think so.
No. Yeah,
But
we need more Eddie Kingston. Like it's criminal now that he's there, but like just
yeah, he just kind
just
of
one of the
the
folks.
backup.
You know,
Yeah, it's
right
his
now
legacy.
you need to bring out people that can bring that big pop, the big emotional. I like this fucking guy, and
Yeah,
that's without that Eddie Kingston's like can be one of their top
yeah.
based on
At any moment, yeah,
everything. You know, even if you want to poo poo his wrestling because he's not, you know, as crisp as other guys or as that's why honestly that's why I am liking Eddie Kingston more and more and more because first of all, I'm as a professional wrestler, I am not even a tenth of Eddie fucking Kingston. So I say everything I say with respect. But he looks when he wrestles, he it almost looks real because he's just this fucking dude who, you know, knows some of these judo moves or kicks and shit, but he looks like the guy. He's like, I'm not going to really exercise much, And that stuff is like a shoot. He says it all the time in shooting interviews. That he's not the most athletic looking person, Um,
Yeah.
and
He,
that what
the just some vato look.
yeah, and that shit resonates. So
Yeah.
I've been bummed. Today I was doing some yard work and I was thinking about wrestling and on the mixtape that I made, Swerve's theme song played.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I fucking miss Swerve. And then my knee jerk thought as soon as I finished that thought was if they used Eddie Kingston more, I wouldn't miss Swerve as much because uh, there's a hole where Swerve left,
Mm.
and they
There's a
haven't
Swerve
filled it.
size hole.
Yeah, and they haven't even attempted to fill it.
No.
And they're doing it. I think they're doing a good job. I like the shows and all that. That's not even a big dig. It's just because they're doing great. I just think they should use Eddie Kingston, which would be really cool.
Yeah, they're next man up, like not just philosophy but execution. Like
Yeah,
it's been going well, man, because you don't notice it too much, because every show is just it just keeps growing. They just keep moving along with stuff, and they have enough talent to put on badass shows night after night, to
yeah.
where like the Eddie Kingston thing, like it's not really a big deal unless you're like an
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston fan. But yeah,
Artistically,
it's
yeah, because I
yeah,
mean, I don't feel bad uh, if for anyone who's on television and who is a wrestler because they're getting paid what they signed on the
yeah.
contract. Like they agreed to that contract money, so they got paid. Whether it goes above or below, that's on a multitude of factors that are beyond anyone's control.
Mm.
So, it sucks that they're not using Eddie Kingston. Oh, motherfucker's still getting paid. It's all. Don't worry about him. He's
It's
fine.
yeah, but it's just
But
I
artistic,
mean it's just telling of their talent pool. It's
yeah,
it's kind of like
yeah,
with
yeah,
it with comics. Someone was asking for recommendations, and I was giving them a few titles, and then gave them a title that they hadn't really heard of, uh, and I was like, they're still pretty good, but they're not as popular as this one. But there's just so many like good titles right now that they're getting. It's some of them get kind of muddled in the
right.
waters.
It's easy to get lost in the
Um,
mix,
yeah.
like
So
D'Lo Brown,
yes, yeah, there you go.
like
So
D'Lo Brown.
it's kind of like that, but except that with Eddie Kingston, it's not so much that because he's still in like main events and stuff. It's just he's they're just giving more time to other folks to
Yeah,
be on the
and
mic.
and part of it can be, hey, we should just chill the fuck out because, it's a scripted television show,
Yeah.
so and they don't. I would like to think they think of this stuff months in advance.
Hmm.
So, or perhaps even a year, like the bullet points are already spoken for a year, as they should be doing,
It seems like
in my
Tony
opinion.
Khan for the major stuff is very much like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for all we know, it's like, Eddie Kingston, maybe he actually came back. They let him come back, maybe less than 100%. I'm just making wild
Yeah.
examples.
I was gonna say that
So
earlier
they can
too.
so he can just get the bumps in and get the reps in because there's
Yeah.
no better exercise for wrestling than wrestling,
Yeah.
and that's yeah. Uh, so maybe they go, oh, by this date, a year and a half from now, Eddie should be fucking grinding it, physically and getting back into ready to perform at a higher level.
Ready for the
So maybe they
Continental Classic.
book him in some badass shit a year from now. Uh, so we should just chill the fuck out. It's
He's gonna
fake,
he's gonna
bitch.
he's gonna win the Continental Classic. He's gonna take it all, man.
Yeah. Which I mean that's cool. That I hear winning something. Uh, the There's too many belts, so I don't get as like crazy excited for title matches
Mm.
anymore. Um, which that's my personal thing. That because there's a lot of titles in
Mm.
AEW, and if you like a lot of titles, that's badass for you. If you don't, it's not so cool.
I
I'm in the
have
camp where I'm a
no, go ahead.
I mean, you know what camp I'm in already, but at the same time, the stories themselves have been really good and the action's been good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to, do we have to nitpick? Maybe not,
Yeah, I've like for like right now, yeah. To point of the last thing you said, like it's so good that I don't give a shit about
Yeah.
who wins or loses. Really, like the only one that I give a shit about was the Hangman match at All In.
Oh,
That's it.
yeah, yeah.
That's the only one. But other than
Yeah.
that, I don't give a shit. Um, but that being said, I have always, like a lot of wrestling fans, loved me a good title change. So
Yeah.
that's why, like any match like that's a title match, like cool. Like if we see a title change, then it just makes me just happier by one. Just it's one
Yeah. Yeah.
higher, you know.
Yeah. And I
So
can like walk and chew gum at the same time. Like
yeah,
in AEW, the titles don't mean as much to me. I'm still watching a great show and I'm
mm,
enjoying myself. In TNA, the titles mean a lot to me because there's not as many,
mm,
and each title feels distinguished from each other one.
mm,
Like the world title is not the same as the X division, you know, and they feel separate. So there's reasons to do each one and to care about each one,
mm,
uh, when there's so many titles, like, well, I mean, 5 of those sound like the exact same concept or reason for a belt,
yeah,
So like, why do you have that all those? But WWE, I always wanted the Intercontinental title to mean more because it meant something to me.
mm,
It lost a lot of its meaning for a long time. It wasn't until like, you know, not a lot of years ago that it started to become relevant again.
mm.
Um, and so, but again, the stories in WWE were, good or engaging enough.
And that's, I mean, at the end of it, that's really what makes the title matches like actually mean shit. You know, because again, the title changes, like it's just an across the board. Like I'll always like title changes, even if it's like fuck, why did he win? Like still, it's like all right, title change.
Yeah.
You know, so that's always been like an underlying thing with me. But but yeah, it's about like what was the story leading up to that? You know, like does that title change? Like is that like really fucking cool for the good guy, or is it like man really shitty for it to have happened? You know, and
Mhm.
for the bad guy to have taken it. You know, so that's to me that's like the core of it. Like across any, it doesn't matter what company, what show or whatever. Like show me that pre-tape that fucking that pre-tape promo. You know, and
Yeah.
get me up to speed, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. And then show me the match, and then what are they saying in the match, and then that's it. But yeah, but that's what I kind of look for in like every show that I watch. So if I'm feeling not very entertained, it's because they probably didn't have some element of that formula to where I'm like, okay, cool, I'm engaged, you know. But but yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same to me, man. So but but I haven't been watching a lot of TNA, so I'm not too caught up on that. Like the only thing that I know right now is that Mike Santana's the world champ,
Yeah.
but
I'm really happy with the whole Mike Santana story.
mhm,
Uh, you know, they well, they told a good story, just like, and a lot of it was work shooty, and
mhm.
because it had to do with his substance abuse, his alcoholism, and that got put into the storyline, which it worked for. It can't,
They had him abusing alcohol in the storyline.
yeah, it was fucked up. No. uh, he, I'm a fan of more fake shit, but
Mhm.
but when if you do a work shoot, it better be good.
Yeah,
It better be inspiring or uplifting or at least badass. But
or
working something
somebody
like
better die.
and when you work something like alcoholism into the storyline, like I hope this storyline is good. you know
Yeah, that's a slippery
and,
slope,
and for
man.
wrestling, you can just hope, you could at least hope for it to not be offensive. you know because wrestling will just get a lot of shit wrong in their delivery, and you'd be like, that's some racist shit or stupid shit.
Yeah.
Um, uh, and they did a great job. I liked the story they told. Um, and when you finally won it, it was really cool, and the match was badass. Um, yeah, it's pretty cool seeing that and the trend. Like, it feels a little comic book crossover because
Mm-hmm.
they have their partnership with NXT.
NXT.
Um, and but so some of that feels like, all right, so this is I still like the content. It's just like comics where, like, if Spider-Man, a dude shows up and writes on Spider-Man, you dig his stuff. Oh, but he was only gonna do so much, and then he leaves, and somebody else writes the shit. You know,
Mm.
uh, it doesn't turn you off completely because you still have love for those characters. You know,
Yeah.
so you kind of coast into it, and that's kind of what TNA right now feels like to me. Where
Yeah.
right now this is TNA under this, in a collaboration with another company. You know, so it's
This
kind of like,
crossover. This
yeah, so for
crossover
this
event.
period. So
Yeah.
that's how it's going to be from now until they part ways, or God forbid WWE buys them.
Mm.
Um, but I still like the characters. I still like the wrestlers. They're wrestlers. I still like some of the stories they say they do in production value, how they do their own thing, separate from WWE.
Mm.
So it has its own thing, and it feels good to support or to enjoy something that's not uh, for very mainstreamish, but kind of is. It's like TNA is like Image Comics, where they are super popular, but uh, but still, when people talk about comic books, they say they're thinking of DC or Marvel, you know.
Yeah.
So they've been as big as far as like wrestling quality and stories. They've been as big as WWE for a long time, to be honest. Uh, but there's like indie style that, so it feels like somewhere in the middle.
Mm.
And I think we need more like that. We definitely need more. We need more wrestling like that. That's not. We want to be the number two company. That's cool,
Yeah.
but uh, you're the number two company for like 10 years. You're these guys over here, and then I still Marvel and DC.
Man, I've been watching a lot of stuff on YouTube. A lot of like random indie shit, mostly indie like lucha, and it's been really fucking good.
Yeah,
Like really like fun shows. Hour and a half shows. Like one of them was like 3 hours. But pretty cool shit. And because I haven't been watching like TNA and all that stuff, and I'll just put it on in the background, just have it playing, and I'll just randomly sit down and watch like one really cool match out of the show while I'm doing shit, and then get back to work or whatever. Um, but man, but that's been badass to do. Just let YouTube fucking play. Just search up a couple things to let the algorithm like start doing its thing, and
yeah,
then just let a bunch of lucha play. Several like indies that I don't remember what the names of them, but yeah, just like random like folks will pop up, and then of course like old CMLL will pop up too. So that's what I've been doing as far as like the wrestling watching lately. Then of course the AEW stuff, but I haven't really been watching TNA or NXT or WWE stuff. I'll see like random clips, but haven't been watching too many of those matches.
yeah. I mean, and the thing is, you can dip in and dip out with wrestling. A
Yeah,
lot of people feel pressure to watch every episode of their favorite company, or they feel the need to read uh you know every issue of like an indie that comes out because you want to support the
yeah.
scene.
But that's why that's been cool, like doing the YouTube thing, because that's like I don't feel pressured to
Yeah,
watch the next episode of AEW or I missed last week's episode of NXT, so I gotta watch that one first. Blah blah blah. And I just play whatever the fuck, get
Yeah.
something that's kind of current, and then just go from there. Um, and I do that because it used to be like Twitter. Twitter was always a good source for like, oh shit, who's that? Oh damn, let me go to YouTube and find
Yeah.
a match, or find a bunch of matches from this person. Since I don't do that anymore, like this has kind of been the replacement for that to keep like discovering new shit. But yeah, a lot of really good stuff out there. Um, the storylines for AEW, well, we started talking about one of them in the Lost episode, which is now a Lost episode, episode 9, the last one we recorded. But we started talking about Okada and Takeshita. And then immediately, like, yeah, before got a chance to release that one, like immediately they kind of enhanced that storyline, like they went forward with it. Um, that shit is going to feed generations. I think that's going to be just a fucking solid ass match. With old Don Callis stuck in the middle. That character, man, still so good, and the allegations that you propose are definitely are definitely warranted because
Yeah.
of that last painting that he
Yeah.
put up there.
I like being proven wrong more than right, to
Right?
be
Yeah.
honest, because when I'm proven right, it's usually about like bad shit. Yeah, I really like what they're doing where they're both companies are doing it. I'm sure. I mean, they've been doing it for a while with Judgment Day and Bloodline, where there's like infighting. Um, back in the '90s when there was infighting between a team, the storyline always sucked. You know, because they all did the same shit. Like one of them turned heel and like left the group or whatever. And
Yeah.
and that's a tale as old as time. And not that it's a bad thing, but they were always that. Now it feels like they're doing a lot of those stories, not just one, every once in a while, where there's infighting between groups, and the groups don't break up. You know,
Yeah.
uh, now like they keep these factions together while
That's
having like physical turmoil sometimes, even.
that's become
Uh,
the new trope in and of
yeah,
itself. Yeah.
I like that trope. I think it's cool.
Yeah, they keep them guessing, like the will they, won't they, like they.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be once that match goes, man, it's gonna be pretty chingon. And Wrestle Kingdom is coming up, so we'll see who's the main event of that one. It's got to be the world title, right? It's got to be Takeshita, but we'll see. It's
All right. He does have like a thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. He's fighting wrestling is it Yoda? As the which I've oh god, yeah, Yoda Suji, I think is his name. Big old smiley face dude. Looks like a smiley face with or if Shinsuke Nakamura was all smiles, like it'd basically be like that guy.
Ah.
Because like the leather red fucking tights también. Um, but a lot of charisma though. That guy has a lot of charisma. I forget what title he currently holds, but he's a current champion. But that dude, when you look at the roster, it's like that's kind of one of the only like viable options to try and be like the guy for NJPW. Because they tried with Zack Sabre Jr. and he's badass and everything, but it didn't really make a lot of noise
Mhm.
like a Kenny Omega or Okada and stuff. So yeah, so this guy might be it. We'll see if he walks away with the title. If he does, I'm sure they'll try to push him as being this chingon kind of Okada type, but I don't really know 100% what I think the crowd's into him, but I'm not 100% like to what level. So we'll see. I think Wrestle Kingdom's already sold like 30,000 seats or something.
Damn.
So yeah, so it's gonna be a big fucking show, like January 15th or something. I think somewhere around there, sometime in January. But yeah, it should be a good one.
And that shows the sheer size of that is crazy. Like 30,000 people. You know,
Yeah.
TNA at I believe it was at the last pay per view they had, broke their all time uh, attendance record
Mhm.
for the lifetime of TNA,
Oh
and
shit!
it was like 7,000 people.
Damn.
And that shows you, like, even at the memories that we have of TNA being like, oh man, they're gonna take them down. You know, they're gonna
Yeah,
take
it was still
WWE down.
smaller crowds.
They just cracked 7,000 people.
That's
You know, even
insane.
with the entire history of the awesome shit they did.
I could have swore that it was more than that. Whenever, like at the beginning of the Hogan thing, before it fizzled out, I could have
It
swore it was
was,
like,
yeah, I guess it was all how they filmed it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Damn, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, good for them.
Yeah.
They may get a TV deal yet.
That's so. The history of TNA is bonkers. But I
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
so
I love
weird.
it. I love.
They're scrappy. It's a scrappy ass
Yeah.
brand, man.
Uh,
Like I mean, I can't even say the company itself because like it's not like it's been the same fucking owners. It's just the brand
yeah. It's gone
itself.
through
Like,
different
holy
ones.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And there'd be something to be said if like Jeff Jarrett was there also like throughout the whole thing, but
yeah.
nah, man, like it's been up and down and
Yeah. And it's like a weird organic material, like this wrestling fed. You know,
yeah,
where the pieces keep come and go. You know, and but it's just the idea of it. Goes on. It's weird.
yeah. It's like baby's kids. We don't die, we multiply.
How come there's never been no more babies kids?
I know.
Things from the past are getting picked up and rebooted
Mhm.
all the time.
They need to do a baby's kids too, or baby's kids.
Baby's kids.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, where is Baby's kids?
I would watch. Have Drewski do this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. He was Drewski. Was the little fucking Huerquito, the little Tone Loc kid. That was Drewski, and he grew up and now he's baby's kid or whatever.
Man.
But they should bring it back.
Yeah.
Oh man, something that just randomly popped into my head. Um, DC and AEW crossover comic. That's coming up soon.
Oh,
I haven't read up on it, but yeah, that's coming up. I think it's a cover with Will Ospreay or something out, or a preview of that. But I want to say that comes out like in January or something. But that's fucking crazy, man.
as a
That's
comic fan, that shows that like the wrestling industry is flourishing right now, by like having many companies.
Mhm.
And the comic book industry seems to be doing great. At least I never hear that it's doing awful. That's the only time you really hear about shit.
Yeah, the comic book industry. If I may talk business, and I will,
Yes,
because
yes.
there's this.
Oh, real
This
quick,
is,
real quick. And it's cool that they're mingling where AEW is being sponsored by DC Comics.
yeah,
That's
dude, like
surreal, but
yeah, not just like doing the advertising and shit. No, the fucking pay-per-view is
yeah,
sponsored by DC. The way
it's
rest rest
not a meat stick
yeah,
or a candy bar or
yeah,
fucking M&Ms. DC Comics. That's
yeah,
cool.
that is way fucking cool.
Like, you get me excited about like a business deal you did. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I was sitting there all fucking spacing out at the Edinburgh show,
Mm-hmm.
and I was looking at the banner, and I was like, wait a minute, like that it just says DC like presents. What the oh shit, that's
Yeah.
fucking cool. Like that's when it hit me. I was like, hell yeah, that's rad. But yeah, on the business side of it, yeah, it's like 20% sales are up 20% or so, like across
Wow.
the comics industry this year. A big chunk of it has been the absolute DC, the absolute universe, DC titles across the board are good. You know,
Yeah.
they've been doing good. Batman relaunched here recently. It's the and yeah, just the everything that they've done since the Dawn of DC stuff, which is when James Gunn first like had his fingerprints all over the comics product as well.
Mhm.
So once they started the Dawn of DC initiative, after all that, like they've gained momentum and they've been doing really good. And now the DCKO thing, that's done really well. That event's launched very very well. But yeah, sales are up in comics, and like you said, the wrestling industry is doing really good. So everything's like on those two fronts, like those are going up, man, and they're kind of supporting each other and just playing it back, volleying it back and forth. It's
Yeah.
really cool to see that shit, man. Like as a fan, and you're putting out comics, and oh shit, there's Hangman Page and fucking Lobo, on the cover. The next one's for DCKO2, it's gonna be Power Girl and Tony Storm, and Timeless Tony Storm. Yeah,
And you
so
know
that's pretty.
what sounds even cooler to me is that just the idea of having a book out. If I was a wrestler right now and I'm in that comic book, uh, I will forever into the end of time do comic book signings at comic book shops because I'm in the book.
Yep.
That's like an indie hustle for, and that'd be good business for the wrestlers, and it'd be good business for comic shops.
Imagine you're a wrestler and you share a fucking panel with Batman and Superman. Like,
Yeah, and like
dude, that's
that's the kind of
crazy.
thing where, and those books would have to go into, third printing, fourth printing,
Mhm.
because just
Trade
because these
paperback.
wrestlers are buying copies, the fucking them buying them themselves
Hmm.
to sell at signings.
Yeah, and not
And
to and not to mention the ravenous fan base that is wrestling fans. You
yeah,
know, wrestling fans will also buy multiple copies of some shit like that.
yeah.
So it's good all across the board.
Also, when we were in our early 20s, uh, we caught ourselves. Were watching a pay-per-view together, and we were acting like we were smart guys, like we know everything. We're like all internet wrestler smarty
As
marks.
as a Rolo and Oscar do.
And then it's like, and now Skittles and Slim Jim presents the fucking WWF pay per view, and on our coffee table is fucking Skittles and Slim Jims. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit, it worked! Like it worked. We just popped out. We got
we were
sucked in the matrix, and then we popped out first, and we're like, damn, did we really do that?
we were marks, and yeah, we executed their plan very well.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know the answer because since we've been into comics, we weren't persuaded by wrestling to do so.
Mm.
But I would wonder if we weren't, and we were just still like super into wrestling, would we like, go to the comic book shop tomorrow?
Yeah.
See if it would just swayed us.
That guy picked up a Hangman Adam Page cover, and in that voice came
Oh,
up to
I
the
guess you could
counter
answer that question.
and said, I heard that Hangman Page was on the comic book cover, so I wanted to see if you had it,
Man,
and you have it. We just sold the last one today,
really?
of Hangman Page. Yeah, we still have. We actually, yeah. Let me tell you this: we still have Shazam and Superman on a cover, so we still have that DCKO cover. We still have the one that has basically everybody that's fighting in the first fucking issue. So you have Joker and
Mhm.
Batman, and so you have the Trinity and shit. We still have that motherfucker, but we sold out today of the Hangman Page and Lobo fucking cover. So Hangman Page was more popular than Shazam and Superman on the cover. More popular than the Trinity and the Joker facing off on a cover.
That is fucking
So
weird.
yeah,
So
context.
okay, I am so hearing this story, and I'm realizing like, yeah, there were grown people or teenagers or grown people uh, who are not into comics, who might get into comics now as adults with like paychecks, you know. You know, I think I'm jealous of that person right now. I think I'm like jealous of them because uh then like there's so much cool shit for you to experience now because there's like decades of cool shit in comics, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you could like accidentally fall into this trap of reading comic books. That sounds
Dude,
like a rad thing to discover.
yeah,
Wow.
there is people and even like the what's it called, the Deadpool Batman,
Mm-hmm.
that brought it was like Pokemon 151, a few years ago, like it brought people back to comics. I haven't bought comics in a long time, but I heard they were doing this, and I remember in the 90s they did blah 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 blah, and so yeah, I
Yeah.
had to come pick it up,
That's so
so
cool.
yeah, dude, and I'm seeing it in real fucking time every single goddamn day. Like I'm seeing people get more into comics. I'm seeing, and because they're telling me about it, how they were into it and now they want to get back into it. Young people getting into old shit, like that is so fucking cool. Like they're digging through our back issues and coming up with like weird ass covers and stuff,
Nice.
and I'm like, this fucking rocks. That's just
Some of
so
that could
yeah,
be
man.
even like the way the way kids act out nowadays, like maybe like they're looking for cringeworthy shit in comics.
I believe so because yeah, because I think that's kind of what it is. A lot of the getting
Like
close to like
cringe can
surrealist.
be fun.
Well, it's getting closer to like kind of surrealist and gothic stuff is kind of what's hitting right now. That's
Nice.
what a lot of folks are picking from the back issues, and of course, X-Men's kind of coming back and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, I'm seeing and again, I will talk business because that's my shit. But I'm seeing a lot of different demographics that are getting into the hobby, and they're picking up different stuff. They're picking up action figures, they're picking up the comics, they're asking more questions about it, um, and that's what's really cool is that, and that's why it's important for us to have people that are knowledgeable and that we have folks that aren't just an ass in the seat. That that they can actually talk to these folks and make recommendations and
Yeah.
explain how to get into the subscribing and ordering and special ordering and all that. We've tried to make it as easy as possible. We're on League of Comic Geeks, and we've tried to make it as easy as possible by putting up like QR codes and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and just staying there with them just to make sure they know like where to see previews of comics, where to order them, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And once they start, and what we've seen is once they start getting into the new stuff, then that's when they start going to back issues. They ask us about the more recent back issues, so stuff within the last year. But then they start going through the old stuff, and that's really awesome because I mean, obviously for business, we're selling shit or whatever, but the underlying mission is literacy, and just the hobby and the
Yeah.
industry to grow it. So we get to talk to people about the stuff they're into, and then make recommendations that are kind of like stuff that they're into. And now we get to talk about indies, and now we get to talk
Yeah.
about other stuff. Um, and I definitely use um, me as like for the sales pitch, like, oh, I
Mm-hmm.
do comics myself, and this is some people whose work I really enjoyed, and yeah, I met them a couple times, and da da da, oh, they're really good, and da da da, and so they'll look at the comic and they'll love the work and they'll pick it up, or they'll at least consider it and go through some stuff and pick out something else they like, but but yeah, man, it's been really cool to see different people getting different kinds of stuff. There was this older lady today. She picked up some facsimiles of Superman. She was talking about Superman and said that I haven't been able to find the original one for any kind of price that I'd be willing to pay. And I was like, actually, we have facsimiles. Like what? Like yeah, the exact copy of it. showed it to her, and she grabbed a couple of Superman copies. And she hadn't been to the other shop really very much, just because of the location and stuff. And now she was like cruising through that store, and she picked up a couple books. So again, cross demographics, man. Like, people love it. We were talking about the new movie, the new Superman movie. So again, that stuff is working. Um, you make a movie that is pretty close and pretty true to the source material of the comic,
Yeah.
and lo and fucking behold, people
Yeah.
actually react positively and will want to seek out more of the comic because they heard, hey, it's pretty close to the comics. And
Yeah.
who the
It's
fucking thunk it?
yeah. I mean, I've been reading the past, I think, 2 or 3 years of Superman,
Mhm.
uh, and it's been such a great run. I'm actually going to pop out for a while of Superman after starting now from that because now I'm just experiencing Superman through DCKO because I was I lightened the load on my pull list,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, Superman's gonna be just tie-ins for now.
is it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess yeah, but that I don't feel bad then.
Mhm.
But um, what
DCKO
do you call it?
tie-ins.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But so anyways, shit. Forgot what I was saying.
You were gonna lighten the load on the Superman.
Oh yeah. So no, the Superman feels so much like the comic book.
Mhm.
The movie feels so much like the comic book in this like same tone. Just that the film, since it's set through the James Gunn eyes, so it's a little more lighthearted, but not too lighthearted as to piss people off and
Yeah.
wish that Taika Waititi wouldn't direct anymore.
Yeah.
It's like
What the fuck?
it's like Thor Ragnarok versus Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder. Yeah.
We're like, oh, Ragnarok was really fun and but also badass, and then Love and Thunder was like, oh, you went full Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
You shouldn't go full Taika
Full
Waititi
psychology.
for a movie that people didn't want.
Yeah.
The style. Um, I heard it's easier. The movie's easier to swallow. Like I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it, but definitely didn't love it.
Yeah. It was very
Uh,
all right.
yeah, and so I read a thing that said like, oh, to ease the pain of that movie is like the entire movie it begins and ends with what's that dude's name?
Gore.
Huh? No,
Gore.
not Thor. Not Thor.
No, not Thor. Gore. Christian
No,
Bale.
no, Rock dude.
Oh, Korg.
Korg. Like he narrates it. He's in the beginning and end, narrating the thing, and he's telling the story to a bunch of kids.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why the movie's so hokey because it's through his perception.
Yeah. That's exactly what that is. But I don't know if that was the best. Well, actually,
It's the best defense.
no, I was gonna say I don't know if that's the best villain to have done that with, but if it's Disney-fied, then yes, that was the best one to do it with, because that's the excuse, as you're saying, that's the excuse to not make it as dark as they could have with Gore the God Butcher.
Yeah.
Is that, oh well, it was told through this fucking the eyes of this rock man with childlike wonder, but
Yeah. Maybe it would be easier. People wouldn't have been so hard on it if they hadn't have if they had eased more into that. If they lean more into that.
yeah, make it more obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if they made a movie all through like Luis from Ant-Man's point of view. But you call it Ant-Man 4. You might piss people off. But if you push that this is this story of these guys is being told through Luis, and that's the gimmick of the thing, then you're like, oh man, I love this shit.
Yeah. Let's re-edit this movie then. We'll go in there and we'll re-record. We'll like do a Swede for some of it, and then we'll just put it in there, and then we'll do the what's it called, the Five Meats cut.
Yeah. The sucker
Yeah,
free edition.
the second free edition. But yeah, what's it called? What else, man? What else have you been reading? As far as comics, any indies, any cool indies that you've picked up?
Right now, no, not a lot of. I don't think I have a lot. Well, I picked up some stuff at. Well, we already talked about that. The stuff from MexAmericon.
Yeah.
Um, I ended my Turtles run on a high note, which was really good. The last year of Ninja Turtles is pretty awesome. I'm jumping off just to jump off to lighten the load. But what else, man? Jeez, I don't know. Oh, I mean, Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe.
I still haven't read been reading that one. I haven't read issue 1 yet.
It's a lot of fun. It's the most fun Godzilla book that I've read in a while. It's more dark comedy
Uh-huh.
than you would think, and they successfully in a comic book made a threatening monster that still moves and looks like a man in suit.
Man, shoot.
Which is like in a lot of these pictures, he's doing the Beavis. He's just doing the Beavis pose.
That's why I found I think it was issue 3 that had a Godzilla that would look like Wolverine. And like the pose is very awkward because they're doing that, like, and so he just has like the claws out, but it's just like a really awkward nub, and he's just like standing there.
Yeah,
like, yeah, but that's funny. All right, now I'm looking forward to
yeah, and it was, and I know there's a lot of people. There's some controversies about Godzilla Destroys the Universe, about whether it is canon within the Marvel Universe or not, so how high are the stakes while you read this story? I think that's fucking stupid. Get over it. That's the dumbest shit in the world. And then somebody said that the writer of this series said that it was canon within the actual real Marvel Universe. So then, like, if that's the case, then what's happening is really fucked up. But just because the writer said it, to be honest, that doesn't mean shit because he doesn't own Marvel. So in either way, shut the fuck up. Just read the book. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, you don't believe that Godzilla could beat Dormammu because of like XYZ in the mainline Marvel? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's Godzilla.
Like Squirrel Girl can beat Thanos, so
yeah.
Come on now. Just enjoy it. What's it called? On the DC side, I finally got caught up on Absolute Batman. And man, the hype was so real on that one. Some people have been kind of shitting on it. I think I know why, because it is kind of a slower like book, but I mean it progresses well, and it's kind of fucking creepy at times. Especially when it gets to the Bane stuff and all that, and now the Joker stuff, the Absolute Joker stuff. But it's a really cool story, man. It's a really cool Batman story. It's
body horror story.
Yeah, yes. A lot of fucking body horror, really badass panels, man. Just really creative stuff that Nick Dragotta is doing. In
Absolute Croc is one of the coolest redesigns I've ever seen.
Yeah, he looks really badass. Catwoman too. I like that. Freaking the repurposing of the Black Mask, the Absolute Black Mask helmet.
Which was also really cool.
Yeah, the fight with Bane that had like kind of the voiceover through it.
Yeah.
When it was, and when they were talking about, like, I think it was talking about Joker, right? But yeah, that that whole issue was intense, man. It was super fucking intense. That's the one, and that was what, issue 12 or 11, and that's the one that really like sold me on the series. Like I was like, okay, like this is why we did all this other stuff. It's kind of coming to this. It's making it hurt. Um, but yeah, it's been a really good book. Are you caught up, or have you been going through Absolute Superman, Wonder Woman, or Flash? I can't remember.
Yeah, I was reading all of them. I was reading the entire Absolute line.
Oh, okay.
I'm hopping off of Absolute Flash. I liked it. I just didn't. I just felt like I could either pause the story now, or I wouldn't feel bad if I ever read it like past it.
Yeah.
It was a fun story for what it was, I guess. And then Green Lantern, I tried real hard to get into it, but that one I lost interest pretty hard.
Really?
Yeah, and I should have dipped a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say
issue 1 looked really promising. That's the only one I read so far, but issue 1 looked really promising.
Yeah, well, I just didn't dig it. I did like the first couple issues, to be honest, because it was like a mystery, which was really cool. But and then yeah, so I've caught up. I'm caught up with everything, but starting now, I'm not reading those two. Martian Manhunter is the shit. I love it. It's the best.
Yeah, that art is super cool.
Yeah, and the story is crazy.
I stopped that one, I think, at issue 4 or something like that. So I'm just gonna end up getting like the trades. But
yeah, that's one that will probably never leave my pull list. Yeah, for as long as you write it.
Yeah, it's the colors in that book, like that's what drew me in, is like the cover, and then once you open it, it's just start going through it, it's just splashes of it and just keeps drawing you in.
If I had to choose, Absolute Wonder Woman has been badass. I like it a lot. If I had to choose one out of all of them, it'd probably be Martian Manhunter, to be honest, because that's the one that hooks me. But they're all, I can understand any of the Absolutes being somebody's favorite right now.
Yeah.
Like even the ones I say that I don't like I get it if people do like them. They just take a lot of really cool chances, and they've been doing a lot of dope shit.
Yeah, it's been super successful for them. And on the other side, on Marvel, earlier when I was talking about the sales being up on the Marvel side, the Ultimate Universe is a reason why sales have been pretty good for them. But they're putting the kibosh on it, like they're canceling the Ultimate Universe, and makes no goddamn sense whenever they're making money with, not only making money with it, right, but it's also very well reviewed. I
wonder if they're just working everybody.
Who knows? It could be just to see if they can be like, oh well, this is it. Let's make sure we get all these, round out the collection and get all the.
Maybe it's like it's like Who Shot Mr. Burns,
Well, the stuff's supposed to spill over into the mainstream Marvel universe anyway, like the tail end of those stories, I guess. And so they're gonna, that's what it seems like it's gonna be. Like they'll stop it there, and then whatever the effect is on the main Marvel universe, that'll happen. That'll continue going. But well, what happens in these Ultimate? Who the fuck knows? Who cares? They went off and they got destroyed on their way back to their own universe. But yeah, that makes no sense that they just stopped doing those titles. But yeah, folks have been digging those too. I read a couple of the Ultimate Wolverine, Ultimate Spider-Man. I think I was caught up to like issue 9 or something before I hopped off. But the feedback I've gotten is that Ultimate Spider-Man, you either love it or you think that it's like way too fucking slow. And I get that, because actually, I read the first 9 issues, and it was pretty fucking slow. Because when I was to like issue 5, I was like, the fuck are we doing? Is something gonna happen now? But but yeah, I haven't really got caught up on the other Ultimate titles though. Have you read it? Are you subscribed to any one of those?
No,
No.
I avoided the Ultimates just because I wasn't that big of a fan of the overall artistic style of the Ultimate Universe, the
Mm-hmm.
original one. I really didn't
Right.
like that style. Um, the It's hard to describe. We'll probably be here for another hour if I have to go into like why I hated it.
Uh-huh.
But it felt very like militarized, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I wasn't into that. So no, I wasn't the audience for the revamped Ultimate either.
The story was the story behind it's pretty good. Well, the Ultimates, which is the basically the Avengers, that story's been good. Now it's kind of it's reaching the crescendo or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, but it and I think I'm gonna get trade paperbacks for this one because at least that title seems like it's pretty worth it
Mhm.
to go on at least this ride. Um, but yeah, beyond that, Ultimate Black Panther, that one is pretty popular with the subscribers, but whenever we leave it on the shelf, like folks don't really pay attention to the Ultimate Black Panther, but folks have been saying good stuff about it though. Um, but I hadn't read any of that one. Um, what's it called? So when it comes to indie comics, I say one of the best brands of indie comics is Five Meats Comics,
Oh,
right?
without a doubt. Oh,
Without a doubt.
yeah.
What's it called? Um, so what's been going on with the hat story? What's what's the latest dumb shit that you've drawn in
Oh man.
as you go through that story?
I'm drawing a hard scenes for me, which is they're just talking.
Uh,
Who come up with this stuff?
Just the bar scene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's like how to make that exciting, you know?
yeah.
Uh, so that's a challenge, but I think I'm succeeding at it. Or I'm at least not regressing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which part are you at on that one? Is it when Grifty fucks off, or right before that?
Yep, right there.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Um, yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. And I think I have one more page after that, and then we're half done with the book. Like we're at the
Badass.
halfway.
Chingon. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still got some ads I think to finish on that one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Um, I'm just gonna pad the pages and just do a quick drawing of him like walking to the bathroom, and it takes 16 panels. So, all right, book's done. We
There you
ran out of
go.
space.
Or just one panel and then it has a turn page in big letters for the rest of the page.
Yeah. I forget which book, but we're actually gonna do that where we just waste an entire spread on like three words because they did it in the Spider-Man run, the previous Spider-Man run, where you
Hmm.
open it up and then you turn the page and it's all entire spread and it's just black and it says 3 weeks later.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Like those geniuses. We just
Gotta
got to
work
get these
quick.
pages so we can make money.
Hmm. Well, didn't Romita tell you some shit like that at Comic Con when she asked
Yeah,
him
he's like,
like,
this is I do, what do you say? I do deadline style. He said,
yeah,
however, however long the deadline is, just get to the end.
Yeah, that's fucking funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, feedback is that it sure looks that way.
Yep. And
Um,
that's what I think is pretty cool about Romita's is that by his admission, and I'm not saying this as a dig at all, he's one of my favorite artists of all time.
yeah, mine too.
Like nothing I'll say is a dig to that fucking dude. But his art, his finished style before a lot of his shit's super rough by the time he hands it off to the inker because a lot of it he just rushes through it. So by his admission, like that's what this is what it looks like when he's just fucking flying,
Yeah,
And that's what I think kind of gives his comic books so much life. Is because he's fucking like,
because
I'm
he's
drawing this
yeah,
fucking thing,
yeah,
cranking the fuck out, and still making it look visually appealing.
yeah,
Which is, and then an inker, takes however long that inker takes. That's irrelevant.
yeah.
But if they do like a really pro job at Ramita's shit, then it could look one way or it could look completely different with a different inker.
Movies, man. Have you seen anything cool recently, movie wise? I haven't been able to sit
Yes.
down and watch shit.
Last night I saw at the Alamo Draft House
Oh
Guillermo del Toro's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
yeah, how was that?
It was pretty fucking rad.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's got a lot of people talking. Holy shit! A lot of it is, all of it's people just completely missing the point of the story of Frankenstein, even, let alone like the entire concept of what a movie is versus its source material. It's pretty uh, divisive right now,
shit.
and I just wish people would just shut the fuck up and be like, was it a good movie? Yes. Now let's talk about that, but don't get all bent out of shape about certain shits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shit. I'll have to check it out.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I haven't seen if they have showtimes here or what they are, but I'll check it out. Oh yeah, that's badass. Did uh did you have a thick ass chocolate shake or anything while you were there?
No. I had a Coke Zero and chicken wings. I don't I don't really keep tabs. I don't have a chart or anything, but I try to limit any kind of junk food, or desserts even.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then I think like, maybe I'm gonna do some dumb shit on the weekend. I would rather save it for that weekend than eat a big ass shake while I'm watching a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta spread that happiness out.
Well, all right, man. I think it's time for us to say goodbye. Don't
Goodbye.
goodbye. Don't forget to follow us, peoples. Don't miss an episode of Real Scraps. Subscribe now. Follow us, and also we have our comic book imprints, Five Meets Comics. So don't forget to also buy our stuff. If you're on Instagram, that's at Five Meets. So yeah, check us out there. Oscar, any parting words for the lovely people in cyberspace?
Yes, first, Wanewanga, and second, um, man, just fucking read something and be happy.
That's all you can do.
Yep.
Wanna buy? Peace.
Peace.